Make sure we're looking good. Okay. But without further... Okay. Okay. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a hot minute since I posted a video. I also know that my Christmas tree is still in the background. Listen, I'm not gonna judge. And so I ask that you don't judge me. So no shame. It'll get down eventually. But anyways, you guys have probably already seen the title of today's video. I really wanted to share with you guys my 3 realistic / practical goals for 2021, just because I know that when I watch videos like this, it motivates me to want to make sure that I get my goals done for that year. And so I wanted to make this video to motivate you guys and to kind of show you guys how I process through making goals for each year and being intentional. I know last year I did a video where it was how to stick with your New Year's resolutions or something like that. So I hope that I don't repeat anything that I said in that video in this one. That was definitely an interesting one because it predated COVID and all of that. So I definitely had a different perspective then than I do now. But it's been a really good year of growth, even though there's been a ton of, crap that's gone on within the last year. It made me so excited to step foot into 2021. Like, I did not realize how much 2020 had affected me until it hit midnight on New Year's Eve and it was 2021, and I felt so relieved and just so excited to be out of 2020 and to have 2021 to look forward to. So I'm sure that you guys feel the same way. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. So something that I did this year that I also did last year, which really, really helped me out to stay focused on my goals, was to only pick a few big things to focus on that year. And if I got those big things done, then I can move on to some other smaller things. But like I said in my other video, I used to make huge lists for all the things that I wanted to do in that new year. And then it would just become so overwhelming that I would hardly get any of it done because I'm just like, there's too much here to work with. So what I did this year was I picked 3 big goals that I wanted to work on. And they all definitely have smaller parts within them, but these 3 big goals will just carry me through the year and help me to be focused in these 3 different areas so that whenever I see growth in them, then I can work on more goals. So my first goal for this year is to be more intentional with my time. Now, I feel like last year, and I'm sure that you guys can probably relate to this, but I just feel like I wasted a lot of time. At first, when quarantine hit, we were like,
wow, we have all this extra time now, we're gonna get all these house projects done.
Just random stuff like that. I didn't do house projects, but we were super productive at the beginning of quarantine. And then as the year went on and as everything kept going, it just kind of got lazier and lazier and lazier. And I feel like because we just used the excuse,
oh, well, it's 2020, it's been a crappy year anyway,
it kind of put off some of the things that I wanted to do. And so because of those things being put off, I just feel like there were times whenever I would just get really lazy and just feel super unmotivated. So because of that, I really want to be more intentional with my time this year. And what that looks like for me is not being on my phone so much, because holy moly, I racked up a ton of screen time last year, to the point where near the end of the year, I had my husband set screen time limits for me on like social media and stuff like that. So if I need more time, then I have to ask him because he knows my screen time password. And so that's been really, really good for me so that I can make sure that I'm not only using up my allotted time on there, but that I'm not wasting hours and hours and hours just scrolling. So that's been really good. And that's something that I started last year that I'm taking into this year, but just making sure that I'm being present, that I'm being productive. And I know that productivity can look different on any given day. Some days it looks like getting a bunch of stuff done. Some days it looks like just getting a few small things done that you really needed to. But just when I say being intentional with my time, I mean not letting it go to waste. And whenever I'm with family or whenever I'm hanging out with somebody, making sure to be present, to be there, to be focused, and so that I'm not just letting time fly by like I did last year. So my second goal for 2021 is to cut my dependence on sugar. Now, when you first hear that, I'm sure it sounds like cut out all sugar. That's not what I mean. What I mean when I say that is to cut the feeling that I have to have sugar every single day. I am somebody who loves sugar, loves sweet things, and it's gotten to a point where I almost feel like if I don't have something sugary every single day, then I feel like I need it. And I don't like that feeling. I don't like the dependence on it because it almost feels like an addiction. And I really think that you can become addicted to sugar. And I definitely can say that I've been in that boat. So what I wanted to do this year is to make it so that I make healthy choices, not only to help cut my craving for sugar, but so that whenever I do have something sugary, it's because I'm choosing to have it and not because I feel like I need it. And so some things that I am going to do to make sure that that mindset is sticking is, like, recently I really wanted some ice cream one night. So what I did was I waited like 2 hours and I still wanted it. And so I decided that because I had given myself time and I was still wanting it, I let myself have some ice cream. But what ended up happening is I didn't even end up finishing that ice cream, which was also really cool as well, because I'm somebody that when I eat something sweet, I feel like I have to like finish it to feel good. And so whenever I had ice cream that night and I didn't finish the bowl and I was okay with that, that was a really big victory for me, just because it was me choosing to stop because I had been satisfied with that little bit and I didn't need to finish the whole bowl. So I'm really excited about that goal in particular because just being dependent on sugar is something that I've definitely struggled with over the years. So I'm really excited about that specific goal. All right, and my third and final goal for 2021 is to take action to do things that will make me feel good during postpartum. So obviously, as we know, I'm having a baby this year, and that's pretty crazy to say. I remember my sister and I, she's also pregnant, we looked at each other whenever the clock struck 12 on New Year's Eve, and we were like, we're having babies this year, because she's due in February and I'm due in March. But it just really, really hit me. I'm having a baby this year. And with having a baby comes that whole period of postpartum. And I know that a lot of women struggle with things like postpartum depression and just not feeling good. And so one thing that I wanted to start now before I have this baby is to start making decisions that when I am in that postpartum phase will make me feel good. And that's not just like, oh, trying to get my body to bounce back or anything like that. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is eating healthy because it makes my body feel good, or eating healthier, making healthier decisions. Like Christian and I recently have been starting to cut out pop and a lot of sugary things because it makes us feel good when we don't have it. It makes our bodies have more energy. And that's kind of what we're focusing on, is like how things are making our body feel and not necessarily look. And so that is one of the things I'm doing to take action. Another thing is trying to fill my mind with things that are uplifting. So reading certain books and pouring into certain things like listening to podcasts and just doing things that will help me to have a good habit when I'm in postpartum, so that I can still make sure that I'm doing those things that pour into myself. And also just making sure that I put steps in place that when I am in that phase, I can still have time to take care of myself. Because I know that a lot of moms will tell you the number one thing that happens in that newborn postpartum phase is they forget to take care of themselves. And I know that I'm not shaming anybody who's done that, because I understand that's a very busy time. It's crazy. You're trying to take care of a newborn and your family and just all of that. And so it's really hard to think of yourself in that time. But something that I want to do is making sure that I'm still taking care of myself, because if I am at my best, then I'm going to be able to give that to my baby as well. And so I'm just taking small practical steps now to create a healthy lifestyle and a healthy headspace for me, so that when I get to postpartum, it will continue on and I will have already started those habits so that I don't get caught in a sort of rut. Also, a really cute idea that my best friend gave me recently was to make little care packages for myself for postpartum, like a movie night, a spa night, something like that, so that I can't make excuses that I don't have the time because they've already been pre-made, and so that I can enjoy them in that time. Just a really cute idea, but anyways, back to the video. All right, so those are my 3 realistic / practical goals for 2021. Being more intentional with my time, cutting my dependence on sugar, and taking action to do things that will make me feel good during postpartum. Another thing that I wanted to mention and also apologize for is not being intentional with this channel lately. My uploading schedule has just been kind of all over the place, and I really have only been filming whenever I have a little bit of extra time, just because it's been kind of a crazy season of life. And to be honest, there are times when I just didn't feel like sitting down and filming. But I do want to apologize to you guys just because this channel is very important to me. I want to pour into it. I love creating content for you guys and being able to use this platform to be a light and to encourage you guys. I love being able to encourage and pray for you guys and just hear some of the testimonies that have come out of that. So I do apologize for not being as intentional with this channel lately as I should be, but that is also something that I want to change starting in 2021. So look forward to more videos, and as always, more encouragement and prayer. But speaking of which, if you would like to receive some encouragement and prayer, just stick around with me for a few extra minutes. So for today's encouragement and prayer, I wanted to share something with you guys that I saw recently that was really encouraging to my heart. On New Year's Eve, I was just scrolling through Twitter and I saw somebody post something that said, "Even if 2021 doesn't change, I will." And that was just really encouraging to my heart because I feel like in 2020, we just kind of let the tide just take us wherever it wanted to go. But the fact that there are a ton of people out there that are encouraging that mindset for 2021, that even if things don't change this year, we will be the change. That's super encouraging to hear, just because I feel like we just all had enough of everything that happened in 2020. And so we're choosing to make this year different, even if some of the circumstances don't change. And I think that that is amazing. I think that that is encouraging, that it is inspiring. And so I want us to take that and to think about that and to let that be our mindset for 2021, that even if things don't change, even if things don't go the way that we want them to, that we will be the change this year. We will change our attitude, our mindsets. We will go after things no matter what happens, and we will continue to encourage others and to be a light and to be love towards others no matter what happens and no matter if anything changes. And so I just love that, and I think that that's something that we should all take with us. And so I'm just going to pray for you guys about that. So if you could bow your heads with me, that would be amazing. Heavenly Father, I just thank you. I thank you for this mindset that even if things don't change in 2021, that we will be the change, that we will not just sit here and let things happen in 2021, but that we will be in charge of our future, that we will be the forefront of so much change that is to come this year, Father, that even if certain circumstances like the pandemic and everything else don't change, Father, that we will continue to press forward, to be a light, and to continue to press on toward our goals. So God, I just pray that you would inspire us, that you would show us new ways to be a light to others, that you would show us new ways to make our goals happen this year, and that we would just continue to keep that mindset and to stay encouraged this year and to be an encouragement. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. All right, guys, thanks for sticking around for my first video of 2021. I am so excited for what this year holds for this channel and for all of you guys. Let me know in the comments below some of your goals for this year. But anyways, I love you guys so much. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.